Hey guys, Ruse here. So this morning and last night I fought the Butcher, and both times he killed me, or I missed the damage check and he teleported out. And so I kind of made it my personal goal today to get a kill on him, and I managed to do it. And I wanted to kind of talk about what I learned and the different ways that I learned to gear up and gain a lot of character power, some of which I think some people don't know about yet. So yeah, let's get into it. First, we're going to do a quick overview of the Butcher. So the Butcher is a boss that will spawn in a random dungeon, and he can spawn at, I believe, any point in the dungeon. So at some point when you're clearing dungeons, you might have run into him already, or you will in the future. And basically, he's just a roided up, super powerful boss that does a crazy amount of damage and is super tanky. Aside from that, he has a couple of specific rules that you need to know. So one, if he kills you or wipes your whole party, he will just despawn and you will lose the chance to kill him. And two, if you take too long to kill him, he will also just despawn, and you will not be able to kill him. So the first thing you're going to want to focus on is finding all of your legendary effects and stuff that work well into your build. Try to figure out how you can get enough damage that you can meet the damage check, while also looking for enough survivability to, not die. The best way to farm gear is from just running dungeons. You can also do the world boss. The world boss is extremely efficient in terms of getting legendary powers. If you want to, you can also do obols. It's a decent way to farm legendary powers. It's pretty quick as well. Um, and keep in mind that well-rolled rares are some of the best items in the game. So make sure you keep an eye out for well-rolled rares because you can always toss a legendary power on them. The second important thing to think about when prep is self-healing. So basically, when you're fighting the Butcher, like all bosses, whenever you reach a breakpoint, he's going to give you health potions, but his damage output is extremely high. So surviving to those damage breakpoints is really difficult. So you either need enough mitigation to make it there, or enough self-healing to make it there, or some combination of the two, so that you can survive until you get the potions. The next thing I want to talk about is the blacksmith upgrades. So the blacksmith actually gives you quite large upgrades. If you can look here, like if I toss in these gloves, they give me +3 armor, +1 strength, +1 all stat, +2 will, which is a nice boost of stats. So the biggest hurdle with upgrading these is the 90,000 gold cost here. So for a while I couldn't figure out how to make enough gold to afford to upgrade stuff, but I learned that these rares actually sell for a lot of gold. So if you look at this item, it sells for 670, 951, 1500, 887. And so you do like one dungeon and you'll get like, 15, 20 rares. You sell all of them, you easily make 15, 20k. And you can afford to start upgrading stuff. Obviously the upgrades are much cheaper early on. Like it's only 15k to upgrade my weapon right now. So definitely do that to get upgrades to your items. The last thing I did for prep was I went around and got all of the Lilith shrines. If you don't know what these are, they're just random shrines in the world, and when you click them, you get permanent stats on your character. I didn't get all of them. I got 26 of the 28, but that's good enough. Each shrine is worth like 2 stat points, so this is like 52 free stats that I wouldn't have had otherwise. Okay, so now let's talk about the actual fight. So with the Butcher, you're going to be running through a dungeon just like normal, and all of a sudden you're going to realize that you've pulled the Butcher, and you're just going to run into him, and the fight just starts. So you're not really going to get a lot of time to prep. The timer for him despawning starts right away, so you need to just stick on him and figure out how to kill him. So there's a couple of different strategies you could use that might help you. The first one is that if you use a highly mobile build, his attacks are avoidable, although they're very fast, as you can see in this clip. It's very difficult to dodge them, even with Whirlwind. But I do dodge some of them, which is, it's a decent amount of free mitigation. The second tip I have for you, if you have a strong AoE build, like if you're playing a build that gets more damage based on how many mobs you're pulling, you can just pull the Butcher through the dungeon into more trash. The other thing that does is the trash will drop more health potions for you, so you get access to a lot more healing than you would if you just single targeted the Butcher. So there's a lot to gain from pulling him into trash. However, you need to be careful because of his time limit. So early on when I was under geared, what I was trying to do was to just drag him through the whole dungeon through trash, farming potions, just slowly DPSing him down. But the problem is that he would despawn because he would hit the time limit. So just be aware of that, but keep in mind that it is a strategy you can use. The other thing I want to note, my last tip for fighting the Butcher, is to make sure that you get full value out of each of your health pots. So when you use your health potion, it has an instant burst of healing, which is quite nice, but then it has a heal over time effect that happens afterwards. You want to try to use your potion at a time where you'll get full value out of both. You want your potion to burst heal you and not go to full health, and then you want the hot to just tick for its whole duration, but not overheal you as much as you can avoid it. All right, that's all I got for you today. I really enjoyed hunting this boss down, having a lot of fun in the beta. It was cool to have a challenge to overcome, and I hope that this video helps you overcome that challenge as well. So good luck.